As you can see from the no-weed garden behind me, it looks like shit. This is Brent in Central Arkansas, y'all. Just kind of want to give you an idea of what a greenhouse can do for you. I'll take you in close back here and let you see some of the plants, what frost can do, the different types of plants, and then I'll take you inside the greenhouse and I'll show you the difference. Well, this is the corn. You remember me taking that if you followed the video. Let me take you and show you some of these tomatoes. You see that? We had a frost a couple days ago and that thing is absolutely done. Even the tomatoes are mushy. You know, green tomatoes are pretty hard, but not after they've semi-frozen or partly frozen. Got some cantaloupes. Man, it was sunny today and yesterday. These are already dried out. The frost or freezing of the leaves, it explodes the cell walls and it does irreparable damages to tomatoes, as you can see here. Every single one. Peppers. Peppers, the same thing. They're mushy. They don't store very well. I'll take you right over here to the eggplant. Oh man. Eggplants are done. Done and done. Watermelon. I didn't think these watermelons were going to do anything. They tried. Well, as you can see here, some of them even tried to make it, or still trying to make it. So it wasn't a hard freeze. More peppers, eggplant. Got some cantaloupes here. All of them done. Now let me take you inside. And this is what it looks like inside. Boy, it looks completely different, doesn't it? And I've got summer crops growing in here, you guys. The walls to the greenhouse are rolled down. And what that does is the warmth that's in the greenhouse from the plants, the waters, the container soil, even below the ground, the frost can't get in here. The cold can't get in here as much. It'll get pretty cold, but the plants survive a lot better because they don't have to deal with the actual frost and the temperatures related to wind and other things that cause some of the damage that happens. So this is Malabar spinach and it is absolutely beautiful. It's a green variety. I had bought the red variety from Baker Creek and that is certainly not that red variety. So I've acquired some red Malabar spinach. I'm going to give it another try. But these are potatoes, and when the cold comes on, potatoes, they die back, if you didn't know. I've got squash going here. The squash leaves are still, there's a little bit of powdery mildew on them, but the squash is still doing quite fine. Sweet potatoes are curing. Same thing there, some potatoes. Over in this one, we've got some more tolerant greens, like the turnip greens here. The beans are done, but that's not because of the cold. That's because I left all the pods on there when we went on vacation. And right now I'm letting them go to seed, so it's full of mature seed. So when that happens, the plants start to give up the ghost. Over here, this is a pepper. Beautiful looking mariachi pepper. Lots of colorful peppers on here. No damage to the leaves. Even at this high, this is probably 7-8 foot tall. That's not how tall the plant is because of the platform and all, but what I'm saying is it's high up off the ground. So, and it's still growing well. These are sweet potato slips for another grow. I've got a cherry tomato here that's still in the greenhouse and it's doing okay. It's got probably some issues that aren't related to the cold. But anyway, that's a really good tomato. I'm trying to keep that one. And of course, the brassicas over here in the brassica towers. And they absolutely do not mind the cold at all. Most all brassicas, including kale, and especially kale, like this one here, they especially love the cold. They can take a fairly hard freeze. They can get into the 20s and still kind of keep going. Now over the winter, they slow down quite a bit. They really do, but they still continue to grow. There's been many times where I've had cabbage brassicas and even spinach, like what's growing over in here. They will absolutely be covered, and a lot of times they will wilt down to a very ugly looking thing, and then as the sun comes up and the greenhouse warms up, pop, right back out they come, looking great. So I'm really pleased with the brassica towers right now. As you can see, they're starting to come on pretty good. Things are looking really good with them. But I just kind of wanted to give you a difference in what a greenhouse looks like and what growing outside looks like. You don't have to have this big of a greenhouse. In fact, the one I delivered was 10 foot by 12 foot, or roughly. Tony will tell you it wasn't quite 10 foot, but that's another story. It's funny. But the point is, a little bit of a greenhouse, even with the little space heater in it that doesn't take up much energy on half power, will continue a harvest in many zones. I'd say for sure zone 6 and higher. I'm in 7 here, and I'm able to grow all winter long. I've got a heated greenhouse outside that I'm building. I'll take you along with that as I go. And that's so I don't have to try to heat quite as much space. But even in this greenhouse in here, I'll attempt to grow probably the brassicas and some turnip greens and some spinach. But anyway, the point of all of it is, if you haven't considered a greenhouse, even if it's a tiny little thing, a little 6x8, maybe you should. Take a look at my video on the EMT greenhouse I built, the small one for the giveaway, and they're not expensive at all. You can build one. I think that one was, not including the platforms and all that, was probably $300 or so. I forget exactly. It's not an expensive investment, and you can do it yourself. This is Brent, you guys. Just wanted to share a little something, a little thought. We'll see you later. Who says you have to grow up? I've been told since I was little bitty, you need to act your age. I'm not one to act my age. I think age is a state of mind. It's just something to think about. Life is too short. Make the most of it.